Ladies and gentlemen, as an emerging superpower, India has not only cemented its position globally, but has also made its stand on the crucial diplomatic issues crystal clear. When it's about the nation's interests, India won't ever back down.
And that is exactly what India has again and again reiterated. Remember the unequivocal message, India first. So when Donald Trump's America thought that it could fully arm twist India and get away with its tariff threats, it didn't possibly expect a hit back, Sucharita, but that is exactly what has happened. In a fresh round of talks that were held in the national capital, our Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal is ruling down a total climb down here. So if America can say Saurabh and Sreeram, as I quickly say good evening to both of you gentlemen here on the broadcast, why can't India say India first? Sreeram, what's the problem with that?
No, Deepthi, we can say it, and we have been doing it. We recently retaliated in June with tariffs of our own against the US. They have, been unreasonable and are demanding, concessions that beyond a point we cannot. So I think Prime Minister Modi has been firm, and it's not, we are not being protectionist. Frankly speaking, as a developing country, we are at a different level, and we cannot be held to the same standards as rich countries. But Trump doesn't accept it, Deepthi. Trump claims that the US is a developing country, which is total hogwash. So I think there is a limit to how far we can go down this line. But we are making some concessions to be, fair. We are being reasonable. The trade deficit that Trump rants about, used to be over $25 billion in our favor. We had a surplus. Now it is down to $16 billion. In other words, we are buying more American products, and they have also imposed. They have removed the GSP preferences that we used to have before. So it is getting evened out, and we have. But on e-commerce, on data localization, on patent protection, on medical devices, on dairy products. These are the kind of things on which the US being very aggressive. They want us to remove our agricultural subsidies. There are some things we cannot do because we are developing countries with hundreds of millions of poor people.
US has been aggressive and hasn't India.
Because can the US actually afford to lose India as a trade partner today, looking at the kind of trade volumes that we've seen over the last many years?
We shouldn't look at just the trade with the United States. We have to look at the bigger picture. I think India needs to be able to try and include the defense cooperation as well as trade, and also the position it finds itself in. I agree with Puneet in that India is ringed by Chinese, and I believe the big sticking point for the United States right now is the fact that India is getting S-400s from Russia, and their argument is that Russia and China are very close now. Therefore, even if India does start using S-400, the information that it needs to safeguard about all its aircraft and other things will eventually find its way into Pakistan's hands, which is really their adversary. So why should India be looking at S-400? Should they not be looking at the United States for that? And the argument that those who like S-400 say is that the equivalent is not there with US, and therefore S-400 is what India really must have. Now, I don't know the technical aspects of this part to tell you that this is better or this is better, but as two large democracies, it helps India to look at US as their ideal partner. And also remember that India is a net importer from US. So if there's a tit-for-tat tariffing happening, then it is the US, it's the US companies that are going to lose out more in the long run.
I think the point that you mentioned,
as opposed to what is happening in the US-China.
To Sreeram and to Saurabh. Before I take in Shalabh, I must allow a rebuttal to either Sreeram or Saurabh here. Because Sreeram, look at this. In June 2019, it's the US that threatened India with sanctions if India continues with the decision to buy these S-400 missiles. But Sreeram, India said, yes, we'll do it.
No, Deepthi, the chief of Indian Air Force is on record that S-400 is a game changer and a force multiplier for our defense needs. The argument that it is not compatible is bogus because it is not compatible with American F-35s, which we are not considering right now. We got many other options. So they're trying to basically say, we will deny you F-35s if you go for S-400. And in other words, imposing all kinds of conditionalities that go against our core national security interests. I think we are not going to budge on S-400. Even a NATO ally like Turkey, they have threatened with sanctions, but it has taken S-400. So So we are not even a treaty ally of the United States. They better treat us with respect. And frankly, there are elements within the Trump administration that are willing to listen to us. And I think we should reach out to them and cooperate with them. But no question of making a compromise either on S-400 or on Iran or on trade issues, because these are all central to our core geopolitical interests, and we are not going to give up on any of these. It's actually
misleading when you say that they need to treat us with respect. Let me take that across to Sharad Kumar. Sharad Kumar, is US really in the position to walk the talk that Trump's been doing on Twitter? India values its relationship with the US, but it's not going to take everything lying down. It's not going to be bullied, because it is the new India. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us on this debate.